Hi guys and welcome back to the channel. I'm here with something a little bit different for you today. If you're like me and you went out and bought or made yourself lots of different face masks, I'm here to show you a really cool way to repurpose them. Of course, we never just want to throw things away. It's always better to find another use for them, and especially if you have lots of these, even if you have nice colours that you like as well, this video will be super useful for you. So I'll just run through a few of the things that you need. So you need your face mask, your old face mask. It might be worth holding on to a few for now, but if you're definitely done with them, then you can do this with all of your face masks. So a few of those, and you will need some thread. You will need a needle. I have one here threaded. You will need some scissors, you will need potentially an unpicker, you will need some scrap paper. I have an old to-do list that I'm going to use, and also something that smells nice. I'm going to use Lenore and Stop 'Em Alls because they smell lovely. But you can use potpourri, you can use anything that you'd like. To start with, what we're going to do, we're going to take our face mask. Now my face mask has a nose wire in it, so that is what the unpicker is for. If your face mask doesn't have a nose wire in it, you don't need to do this, and also even if it does, you can actually leave it in there if you want to. But I am going to unpick just a few stitches, so I'm just going to get right in the seam there with my unpicker. You can do this with small scissors if you don't have an unpicker, but it will be a little bit more awkward to do with scissors. The easiest way to do this, if you find the end of the nose wire and kind of unpick there, then you can sort of shimmy it out. So I'm going to take my, nose wire out. So my nose wire is out, so now I just have a nice floppy mask. You can stitch that up if you want to, but there's absolutely no need. I've only taken a few stitches out. So what I'm going to do with my mask is I am just going to fold it in half. So this is one of the ones that's got the pleats in it. So what I'm going to do is fold it in half and stitch down each side. Of course, if you've got a sewing machine, you can use a sewing machine, but I figured most people wouldn't have a sewing machine, so I'm just going to show you with a needle and thread because it's just as easy. I like to double it over. Use your scissors to cut the end. Find the end, tie a knot. I like to do twice around the finger and then run it between. There you go. So here to hide the knot, I would start probably at the bottom, and I would start on the inside here. So my first stitch would be there, just through one side, so the knot stays inside. And then all you're going to do is just stitch over the top. So I'll show you like this. So obviously make sure you go right from the bottom. Try and get quite small stitches, as small as you can, so that when you do put your little smelly beads in there, they don't drop out the side, so there's no holes in there. If you're unsure, you can go up once and then go back down again with your stitching, fill in any gaps. And like I say, if you have got a sewing machine, you don't need to worry about that, because obviously the stitches are very close on a sewing machine. So I am just doing, this is called, I think, a blanket stitch, just over the top. It's the easiest one. Of course, you could do a running stitch, which is just up and down. Get a little bit caught there. So to finish this off, I'm just going to do a few little stitches, maybe 2, and then what you can do is you can either pop your needle through, take the thread and wind it around and pull your needle through, so that's a knot, or you can pull your needle half the way through and then put your needle through the loop once or twice and pull. And then use your scissors to stitch that off and do exactly the same on the other side. Okay, so when you've done both sides, it should look a little bit like this. Because my masks are pleated, I can pull mine out and it almost makes a really cute little bag. And then what you should have is a little hole at the top there, and because of the way that the drawstrings are normally with masks, it kind of ends up being a bit of a drawstring, so you can pull those tight. So what we're going to do is take our scrap piece of paper and try and roll it. I haven't practiced this before I've filmed this. So we're going to try and roll it into a cone shape with a little hole in the bottom, so it'll act as a little funnel. So that's what we're going to do, and then stick the small end in like that. So then all we're going to do is take whatever we're popping inside. So I've got my Lenore Unstoppables and pour them in the top. You don't need many. You can see them in there. Shake them down. There we go, so they've all gone. So they are all in there. So then what we want to do is just try and find a way that we can close this off. The way that these are, they don't work like a perfect drawstring, but the best thing that I've found with the elastic to do is if you kind of bobble it together, give these a little twist, and then kind of bobble these around the top, and that should keep them pretty secure. Now these are perfect to pop in your wardrobe, to pop in your cushions. You could keep one of these little elastics up and hang them on a hanger, so when you pop things in your wardrobe, if they're hanging, you can stick one of these on to keep everything fresh. You can also pop these in your car as an air freshener. The nice thing about the Lenore Unstoppables is that once these lose their smell a little bit, you can just bang these in the wash with your washing and then refill them. So I think that is a lot more useful than having all your masks around, and it's a much better option than throwing your masks away. So please give this a go. If you did like this video, please give it a like and subscribe to my channel if you're not already. If you have any other cool ideas of how to upcycle masks, I'd be really interested to know. So drop me a comment, let me know. If it is something really cool, I'll definitely do a video on it, but I've got loads of these, so I'm looking for lots of different ideas that I can make these more useful to myself or repurpose them. So please let me know if you do give this a go. Please don't throw your masks away. Please find some other way to use them, and hopefully I'll see you guys soon.